The year is 1099, a pivotal moment in history as Europe sets its sights on the Holy Land. Outside Jerusalem's ancient walls, a young knight named Godfrey kneels in the dust, his heart filled with both trepidation and unwavering faith. He prepares himself, body and soul, for the trials ahead. Chain mail heavy on his shoulders, a physical manifestation of the burden he carries, the weight of expectation, the promise of sacrifice. Each link a testament to the protection he offers and the dangers he faces. His sword beside him is more than a weapon, a tool of war. It's a symbol of a sacred vow, an oath sworn before God and man. The hilt, shaped like a cross, serves as a constant reminder of his purpose. Godfrey is a knight of the Holy Sepulchre, a member of a brotherhood bound by duty and devotion. He is sworn to protect pilgrims, those vulnerable souls seeking solace in the Holy Land, and defend the sacred sites from those who would desecrate them. He lives by a code that fuses faith and steel, a delicate balance between spiritual conviction and martial prowess. Service and sacrifice are the cornerstones of his existence. He is prepared to give everything for his beliefs. These knights were the Church's strong arm, a force to be reckoned with, wielding both divine authority and earthly power. They were tasked with defending the weak and upholding justice, acting as protectors of the innocent in a world rife with corruption and oppression. In a brutal world where survival often depended on strength and cunning, their power was always tempered by spiritual discipline, a constant effort to remain humble and righteous in the face of temptation. The image of the knight in shining armor is iconic, a symbol of chivalry and unwavering courage. But behind the armor were real people, flesh and blood, with their own hopes, fears, and vulnerabilities, praying for guidance, doubting their path, sacrificing their own desires for the greater good. Their story is not just about battles and bloodshed, but about striving to embody divine virtues in a dangerous world, a constant struggle to live up to the ideals they professed. Catholic knighthood was never just about being a warrior. It was about more than just martial skill and battlefield prowess. It was a spiritual vocation, a calling to a higher purpose, a life dedicated to serving God and humanity. The sword was meant for peace, to defend the defenseless and uphold justice. The shield for protection, a barrier against the forces of evil and oppression, and the knight himself a living symbol of Christ's sacrifice, a testament to the power of faith and selflessness. As we journey from the Holy Land, a land steeped in history and religious significance, to our modern cities with their towering skyscrapers and bustling streets, we'll see how this knightly spirit endures, how the values of chivalry and service continue to resonate in the modern world. The armor may be gone, relegated to museums and historical displays, but the code remains etched in the annals of history and alive in the hearts of those who strive for a better world. The call to serve is as powerful and relevant as ever, a beacon of hope in a world often consumed by self-interest. The knight's heart still beats, a symbol of courage, compassion, and unwavering dedication. In those who dedicate themselves to a cause greater than themselves, we see the enduring legacy of the knightly ideal. This is the legacy of the Crusaders' code, a timeless testament to the power of faith, service, and sacrifice. At the core of Catholic knighthood are three virtues, the pillars upon which their entire code of conduct was built. These weren't mere suggestions or guidelines, they were the very essence of what it meant to be a knight, shaping their actions, their decisions, and their understanding of their place in the world: courage, charity, and service. These three tenets defined the Catholic knight. Courage, or fortitudo, was not reckless bravado, a blind charge into danger without thought or reason, but the strength to stand for truth, even when it's unpopular, and defend the vulnerable, those who cannot defend themselves. It was about having the moral fortitude to do what is right, regardless of the personal cost. Charity, or caritas, was selfless love, treating all with dignity, recognizing the inherent worth in every human being, and using strength to lift others up, empowering them to overcome their own challenges. A true knight protected widows, orphans, and the defenseless, offering them not just physical safety, but also a sense of belonging and hope. Service was a commitment to a higher purpose, serving God above all and dedicating one's life to the betterment of the world. Every action, from wielding a sword to feeding the hungry, was an act of service, a tangible expression of their faith and their commitment to their fellow human beings. This code elevated a knight's duties from a job to a sacred vocation, a calling that demanded their complete devotion and transformed their lives into a continuous act of worship. These virtues formed the spiritual armor of the Catholic knight, more vital than steel. The code of chivalry was demanding, but it offered a blueprint for wielding power responsibly, ensuring that strength was always tempered with compassion and justice. It was about living a life that was both strong and good, a testament to the transformative power of faith and virtue. These principles are not relics. They're timeless guides for our own lives, offering wisdom and inspiration that transcends the boundaries of time and culture. The Knight's Code challenges us to act with courage, compassion, and purpose. It's a call to transform ordinary life into a quest for meaning and honor, a journey of self-discovery and service to others. The sword and shield may be gone, but the virtues endure. This is the true legacy of knighthood, a legacy that lives on in the hearts and actions of those who strive to embody these timeless principles in their own lives. For the knight, faith was the foundation of everything. His vows were sacred promises, often made before God, consecrating his strength for a divine purpose. He was a Miles Christi, a soldier of Christ, called to mirror Christ's courage, charity, and service. The knight's life was a living act of worship, his actions guided by the teachings of the Church. When faced with moral dilemmas, he turned to faith for guidance. This spiritual grounding was a powerful moral compass, ensuring power was used for good. The knight's identity was forged where military duty met religious devotion. He was accountable not just to earthly lords, but to God. This sense of divine accountability gave chivalry its enduring power. The connection between faith and action is what made the Knight's Code more than just rules. It made it a way of life. Today, this same connection inspires modern-day knights. Where are the knights today? Their battlefield has changed. Modern knights serve in soup kitchens, hospitals, boardrooms, and community centers. They've traded armor for spiritual fortitude, swords for acts of service. Courage now means speaking up for what's right, even when it's unpopular. Charity is found in volunteers, teachers, and neighbors who care for the vulnerable. Service lives in doctors, social workers, and parishioners who dedicate themselves to others. These modern knights may not take formal oaths, but their lives are testaments to the same principles. They fight not with steel, but with compassion and integrity. The virtues of chivalry are alive in every act of courage, charity, and service. The spirit of knighthood endures in those who serve a cause greater than themselves. The code lives on wherever people choose to act with a knight's heart. Meet Maria Rossi, a woman whose life story is a testament to the power of everyday kindness. A retired nurse in her 70s, Maria embodies the spirit of selfless service and unwavering compassion. She doesn't look like a knight in shining armor, nor does she wear any sort of cape. But her heart is pure chivalry, a dedication to helping those around her, expecting nothing in return. Maria's battlefield isn't a war zone. It's her neighborhood, the streets she walks every day, the people she sees, and her weapons of choice. Compassion, empathy, and quite often, a warm casserole dish, ready to nourish body and soul. When her neighbor Mr. Henderson was in need, facing a difficult time and feeling isolated, Maria stepped in, showing courage to get involved, offering support and a listening ear when he needed it most. Understanding the importance of connection, she organized a phone tree, ensuring that no one felt isolated or forgotten, especially during challenging times. Every week, with unwavering dedication, she cooks extra meals, filling her kitchen with warmth and the aroma of home-cooked goodness. These meals are lovingly prepared for those who are ill, recovering, or simply struggling to manage on their own. Her charity is quiet, consistent, a steady stream of kindness that flows through her community and asks for nothing in return, finding joy in the simple act of giving and making a difference in someone's life. Maria listens with an open heart, comforts those in distress, and celebrates her neighbors' victories, big or small, sharing in their joy and offering encouragement along the way. She defends against loneliness, hunger, and despair, offering a beacon of hope in the face of adversity. Her service is a direct expression of her Catholic faith, a tangible manifestation of her deeply held beliefs. "God gave me 2 good hands and a little extra time," she explains with a humble smile. "It's my job to use them for his work, to spread love and kindness wherever I can." Maria seeks no recognition. She doesn't crave the spotlight or accolades. Her service is her purpose, the driving force behind her actions, the source of her fulfillment. Like the knights of old who dedicated their lives to protecting the vulnerable and upholding justice, she's dedicated her life to serving others, embodying the true meaning of selfless devotion. You don't need a title, a sword, or a suit of armor to live nobly. True nobility comes from within. You just need a knight's heart, a spirit of generosity, and a willingness to help those in need. Maria shows us that chivalry thrives not in grand gestures, but in everyday acts of love, kindness, and unwavering support for our neighbors. In the heart of the city, James Chen, a young lawyer, faces his own test of knighthood. Assigned to defend a company accused of polluting a river, James feels a conflict between his job and his conscience. Guided by his Catholic faith, he gathers evidence and presents a memo exposing the ethical failings of his firm's strategy. His calm, principled stand sparks quiet change. Other associates begin to question the case. Eventually, the firm settles, funding a river cleanup. James didn't win a glorious battle, but he served justice. Even in the corporate world, a single act of courage can make a difference. James proves that modern knights can fight for good in any arena. Maria and James show us that knighthood is found in daily choices, not just grand gestures. Faith is the shield that guides these choices, protecting against cynicism and apathy. Every small act, sharing credit, helping a neighbor, speaking truth, can be an act of chivalry. Faith gives these virtues meaning, turning good deeds into acts of worship. Living like a knight begins with nurturing faith and building spiritual armor. This inner strength empowers us to face modern dragons: injustice, indifference, loneliness. Anyone in any walk of life can have a heroic impact. The spirit of knighthood is alive in everyday acts of courage and love. Catholic knighthood is not just history, it's an open invitation. It calls us to live with courage, charity, and service, no matter who we are. You don't need a title, you just need to see the world's needs and respond with a chivalrous heart. Start by seeing your daily life as a field of honor. Protect and serve your family, champion integrity at work, defend your community, use your talents for a noble purpose. This path requires discipline and sacrifice, but also community and faith. Find others who share this commitment, a modern brotherhood of virtue. The world needs knights who stand for more than personal gain. The armor is virtue, the sword is justice. The quest to live a life of courageous, charitable service starting today. The invitation is yours. Will you answer the call? Catholic knighthood is a metaphor for a life of meaning, honor, and purpose. The knight's blueprint, strength with gentleness, action with faith, remains clear. Nobility is not about bloodline, but character. Everyday heroes, nurses, lawyers, neighbors, parents carry the torch of chivalry. The world will always have its dragons and always need its knights. Courage, charity, and service are the weapons that build a better world. The spirit of chivalry is a living force for good belonging to all of us. The quest awaits. Live with honor, serve with love, and leave the world better than you found it.